Hello, this is our video for week number 5. So welcome to week number 5. Week number 5 includes 3 chapters from the textbook, 10, 11, and 12. Our primary topics this week is on opiates, marijuana, and hallucinogens, LSD, and other types of related drugs. Each of these chapters are pretty important, but you will note that we will be focusing on chapter 11 and 10 and 11, the majority of the time, opiates and marijuana. Chapter 12 again is important, but we have limited time this semester, so we need to make good use of our time. Please read chapter 12, but we will have a chapter 12 quiz too, but we will be focusing on some additional information. Again, I'm still having some technical issues, so apologies for not sharing my computer screen today. Again, you're kind of stuck with me and my talking head as opposed to my talking head and a screen. I'll ask you to watch a video from the Surgeon General about marijuana use. There's a pretty long video on opiate use in Appalachia. I want to encourage you to watch the video. It brings a really community-focused perspective from the Appalachian Regional Commission on the impact of opiate use in the Appalachian region, which most of us live in, I would be fair to say. There's also a summary of communication strategies and processes and current communication patterns from, I will be asking you to read, from Oak Ridge University, Oak Ridge Associated Universities. I know these folks personally. I know one of the authors of this document, and it's a really good short research brief of sorts on how we express and have conveyed the opiate crisis in Appalachia, and how we can do a better job of advocating for appropriate language to decrease stigma and so forth. It's pretty good stuff, to be honest. We will also be looking at, in addition to the video on marijuana, I will be asking you to look at a web page from the Surgeon General that discusses marijuana use, modern marijuana use. It provides an overview of research and the impact of marijuana on a variety of ages and topics and population groups. So make sure, it's really interesting reading. This is a pretty long weekly lesson series, so you just pace out your time appropriately. We have 2 discussion board posts. We have chapter quizzes, and a short response paper as well. So again, this particular week will take you a little bit of time to complete. At the same time, it's one of the more intriguing weekly series, especially in terms of opiates and marijuana use, that we have. Opiate use has been an affliction of our communities for several years now. Honestly, opiate use is still present and impacting our communities every single day. Although we are beginning in the data, the national data, beginning to see a transition to stimulants, cocaine, methamphetamine, and other stimulants. We're not at all surprised about this. It's part of the data analytics that's been projected and predicted. And we also saw this in the 1970s and 80s as well, in terms of similar trends of abuse patterns. So it's not a new topic. And secondly, marijuana is a hot topic nationally, or has been so far, up until the most recent and current COVID-19 health crisis. I still serve clients, adolescents, in the clinical setting, part-time, and the majority of my clients I see is for marijuana use, who are 12 to 16 years old, and our adolescent clients or not smoking the marijuana that our grandparents smoked or our parents smoked or maybe even re-smoked. This is marijuana not in cigarette form or blunt form, which is the old style, but marijuana that's vaporized in vapes, aerosol, marijuana that's in dabs that's been solidified, then turns into a liquid within the vape, and substances that's being called marijuana that may actually not be marijuana at all. Had an experience with a client last week and this past week actually, who stated in advance that he had been smoking marijuana heavily, disclosed that prior to the drug test. The drug test came back negative for all substances. And the family member called and asked, how could this be? Well, this could be because he believes he's smoking marijuana, but he's probably smoking something else because he could not confirm the source of his drug or what was in it. Excuse me. So that's a very, very dangerous cause and effect. The danger of smoking a substance such as marijuana on a developing brain, but also the secondary danger in this case, the youth doesn't know what he's smoking. And that raises the risk even higher because it could be some blend that was created from overseas or local blend that's full of substances that we're not really sure how it impacts the body or not. So those are some of the challenges that our clients face, our field faces, that those of us who are in the clinical setting face every single day. And it's an example of some challenges you may face and will probably face, especially as marijuana legalization and acceptance increases over time. And my guess is such levels of acceptance will increase dramatically more once we make it through the current health crisis. So to everyone, please stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.